Welcome to the Portfolio course. We will be learning how to showcase your Figma UI designs on Behance, a popular platform for creatives to showcase their work. So after learning the Figma in 3 days course, it is advisable to keep practicing and documenting your progress by adding them to your portfolio. By the end of this course, you will be able to create a stunning Behance portfolio that showcase your UI designs in the best possible ways. So I've created a moon board for our portfolio presentations. So these are the designs we are going to be presenting. So this is a desktop version of a login page and this is the mobile version. So we are going to start with the first item in the moon board, which is thumbnail. So I'm just going to create a frame here. So let's just create a frame here and let's change its width to 1080 by 845. So we can cross check that. Okay, I think it's right. So thumbnail, let me rename this to thumbnail. So thumbnail are going to be used as the cover of your designs, just like this. So I'm going to add a mockup of our designs as the thumbnail. So we are going to be using a plugin. So just go to the resources tool and let's go to plugins. So I'm just going to be searching for mockup. Yeah, let's search for mockup. So this is the plugin. So I'm just going to click it and let's run it. You can save it if you want. So let's run it and let's open the mockup library. So this mockup has a wide range of resources which are free or paid, but I'm going to be using the free version only. So I'm just going to check this free box. So I'm just going to look for a mockup I can use to present the desktop and the mobile in the thumbnail. So I think this is actually perfect. So let's use this. So click on it. So we are just going to click on this plus icon. So let's click on choose frames. So I'm just going to be selecting this mobile frame. So let's click on it here. Then you can crop it if it's not the perfect size, but it's actually the perfect size here. So I'm just going to click on crop, then it's here. So let's add the desktop as well. So I'm just going to click on add, then it's going to bring this. Let's select this desktop and let's make sure we crop it well. So I'm just going to click on crop. Then once it's here, let's click on paste in canvas. So this is our mockup right here. So we can just bring it into this frame. So I'm just going to close this and let's zoom in. So I'm just going to scale this up a little using shift, then bringing it down here. So since our background here, since our design background is white, so I'm not going to be using white for the background. So let's just add a rectangle here. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle here and let's place it behind the mockup. So I'm going to be using this as the thumbnail. I'm not sure if this sits well. Okay, it sits well. So we are going to be using this as the thumbnail. You can add text to the thumbnail if you want, but I'm just going to be leaving it fresh like this so that we can add the text in Behance just like this. So now let's go to the next list in the moon board, which is the product header. So the product header, the size is going to be 1400 by any height you want. So it can be any height you want. So I'm just going to, let's draw the frame here. So let's drag a frame here and let's write 1400. Okay, this is nice. So I'm just going to bring this up. Yeah, let's bring it up. So let's check the moon board, the stuff we are going to be adding under the project header. So it's going to be the designer name, which is your name, and then design year. So you can add anything you want, but these are the things I love to add to mine. So let me write my name here, Obayomi Adebowale. Yeah. So let's write this. I'm just going to change the font size to, let's try 24, and then I'm going to add a tag to it. So let's write designer. So you can use designer, or you can just use the specific designer, either UI designer, or you can just use product designer. So I'm going to be reducing this font size. Let's try something like 20, and let's change the fill to this gray. Yeah, let's use this gray. So I'm just going to auto layout both together. So let's click Shift A for auto layout, and let's change the height. Let's try something like 4. Okay, this is nice. I'm going to bring it to somewhere here, and then let's drag this to this side. Let's drag this side. So the next thing we are going to be adding here is actually the products here. So I'm just going to double click on this and write, you can write 2023, or it's too short, so let's write April. Let's write April 2023. So I'm just going to be changing this to year. Let's use capital letter. So year. And then I'm going to be using the right align. So let's just select this auto layout, and let's use the right align. So let's zoom out. So I'm just going to be aligning these two together so that we can place it in the middle, and let's increase this and place it in the middle. So I don't like my header like this, just plain. So let's add mockups to it as well. So let's right click and go to plugins, and plugins, let's run the mockup plugins. So let's find a free plugin a free mockup we can use. So let's scroll down. I think I'm going to be using this one. This one is actually okay. So let's paste our design here. So I'm just going to click on this plus and choose frame. So let's select this desktop and make sure you align it well. Okay, I think this is nice. So let's crop it. Then after it's in, let's click on paste in canvas. So I'm just going to, let's zoom in, and then let's drag this into our frame. I'm going to close this, and let's reduce this using shift, and let's drag this here. So I'm going to be renaming this to, let's write project header. So let's rename it to project header, and then let's use alt to copy this, and let's design the project intro. So double click this, and let's write intro here. Intro. So project intro. So I'm just going to zoom in. Okay, it's the same size, and they are all the same size. So we are going to be adding the project name, the project intro, and typography and color scheme. So I think I'm going to be deleting all this. So let's start with a new text, and let's write project. Let's write project name. So I'm going to copy this down, and then let's write the project name, which is landing which is login page UI. Yeah, let's write it like that. So I'm just going to be changing this color, or we, let's increase this font size to something like 24, and let's change this color, let's change it to gray, and bring this down, or we can just leave it somewhere here. Yeah, let's put it somewhere here. So I'm just going to select this and let's place it here. Then I'm going to copy these two down as well. So let's use Alt for duplicate and bring it down. Then we are going to be writing the project intro here. Project intro. So this is supposed to be the project info. So I made a mistake here. It should be the project info, not the intro. So project intro. So I've already presented an intro here. So you can present any intro you want depending on the design you are working on. So let's just copy that and paste it here. So let's make sure, okay, then this to medium, and then let's reduce this. I'm still going to reduce this. Okay, so I think this is nice. So I'm just going to copy this down. Let's copy this two down again, and let's make sure it's the same spacing. So this is going to be typography. So this is going to be the typography. So I'm just going to check the typography used in this design. So this is actually intermedium. Let's check this. Okay, it's the same thing, and this is the same thing. Okay, I think all the texts here are actually the same thing, which are intermedium. So let's scroll down, and I'm just going to design this. So let's design this like this, A and A. So I'm just going to increase this to something like, let's try 96, and then let's copy one down to, let's put this back to the normal size, and I'm going to write inter, then open bracket, and let's write medium here. So I'm just going to bring this up a little, and I'm going to make sure it's the same font. So it's actually the same font, so that is nice. Now let's add the colors. So I'm just going to copy for designing purpose. I'm just going to copy this here, and let's write color scheme. Yeah, let's write color scheme. So I'm just going to be creating some, let's create some rectangles here. So as the color scheme, I think there are 4 colors in this. So I'm just going to, let's make sure it's aligned with this. Then you can increase this up, and let's duplicate this. Let's try something like 30 in between, then duplicate again 30, and then duplicate again 30. Okay, that is actually nice. So I'm just going to select this color, and let's go, and okay, they are already here since they are in the same document. So let's use the purple, and then the green, and then the black, and this. Let's add this color. You can add it, or let's add this color. So this is it right here. So as the 4th color. So I'm also going to be writing Yeah, let's copy this here and let's bring it up. So I'm also going to be writing their color codes inside it. So let's make sure it's 20, so that it's not going to be big. Okay, this is actually 20. So let's make sure it's 20, and let's color the color code. Let's copy the color code of this purple. Then I'm going to write arch before I paste it. Then let's use white as the text color so that I can show. So we can use this, and let's copy this to this side for the green color code, and let's select the green and copy its color code, then paste it here. Let's copy this to here. Then let's go and copy the black color code. So it's just 000. Copy, and then let's paste it here. So I'm just going to copy it here as well. So let's copy this color code and then let's paste it here, and make sure they are aligned. So you can just use the align tool, or you can use some grid. So I think this is nice for the project info. So this is actually the project info. Let me correct it here. Okay, I wrote info here too. So this is actually the project info. So you can let's add more spacing to them. So let's just drag this down and then drag this down. So you can just design it anyhow as you want. So other practice I do like to add to my portfolio presentations is actually, I'm just going to number this. So instead of writing, I'm going to be writing the project info here too and number them. So I'm just going to, let's copy this to this side, and let's start with 01. So I'm not going to number the header, but I'm going to start the numbering from the project info down to the last my presentation there. So let's just write 01, and then let's write project info. So this is right, and you can add some designs here as well. So let me just add an S clip, then using shift, and then let's bring it somewhere here. So I'm just going to be placing this down. Okay, let's bring this up. So let's bring this up. So I'm just going to be using something like this to number it. So now we are done with the project info. Let me see what's next. It's going to be the landing page. So we are going to highlight the key details and the mock-up. So for our design here, the key details is actually this design. So it's actually the only one we have here. So let's just add this design and then the mobile. And then this design. So we are working on the landing page. So this design and its mockup. So I'm just going to copy this as well using Alt. Then let's drag it down. Let's zoom in. I'm going to delete all this. Yeah, let's delete all this and this color. So let's rename this to login page instead of landing page. This is actually a login page. Then here I'm going to rename this at 02 and then login page. So that's actually nice. So now I'm going to export the page. Let's export this page and export the mobile as well. So I'm going to click on this desktop and scroll down to export. Then let's export it as JPEG. Now let's export this as well. So you can leave the export settings like this. It's actually dope. So I'm just going to go to my download folder. This is it here. Then bring it back into the Figma file we are working on. So I'm just going to let's put it into our frame, then reduce it. Yeah, let's reduce it a little bit. Reduce it to this side. So you can add some shadows here so that this can show. Let's add shadows here. Let me close it and add shadow. No, not stroke. Effect. Then this is a drop shadow. So we can increase this. Let's try something like 10 and then 10. Then let's increase the blurriness. I'm going to increase the blurriness, and then this opacity, let's try something like 15. I'm going to decrease the blurriness, and then let's try something like 10. Okay, 10 is actually, this is actually dope. So I'm just going to be using a mockup here as well, so you can just design this. You don't have to design it as I designed. So let's use a mockup. So I'm just going to right click, then plugins. Let's run our mockup plugin, and let's use for a nice free mockup that we can use to display our design. So I'm looking for just a PC, but I'm not liking this. Let's scroll down if we can see more. Okay, this is actually great, but I'm just going to scroll down. Let's see. Okay, I'm thinking this is great. Let's try one of these. So I'm just going to click on plus and then choose frame, and let's select this frame. So I'm going to make sure it's aligned well. Then let's click on crop, and then let's paste in canvas. So this is our mockup. I'm just going to close this window, and then let's design this to fit this. Okay, I think this, I'm going to select both and let's reduce them a little bit using shift. Place them in the, you can try and place them in the middle. So I'm just going to be leaving the design like this. Yeah, let's leave it like this. You can redesign it to what is going to suit you, but let's just leave it like this, and let's move to the next item in the moon board, which is the mobile app. Now we have the mobile app here, so we are just going to be presenting it as we present this login page. So I'm just going to copy this using Alt, then drag it down. So let's zoom in and delete this, and let's change this to 03 mobile app. 03 mobile app, and then let's drag this down from the download, and then let's bring it into the frame. I'm going to try and resize, and then let's change this to mobile app. Yeah, let's change it to mobile app. So let's look for a mockup we can use to make this looks great as this. So right click anywhere in your project, and then mockup library. So let's find, so let's scroll down. Oh, let's use this. So I'm just going to click on plus, and then let's choose frame, and then we are going to select the mobile frame. So you can align it well and click on crop. So let's use paste in canvas. So once it's in the canvas, you can close this, and then let's resize this. So I'm not going to be using this we can just bring this here so that we can change the, what's it called, let me bring this into here and then select this mobile and bring it somewhere here. So we can change the design and bring the mockup to this side, and then the JPEG to this side. So this is great. So yeah, I think this is looking great so far. So I'm just going to be going to the next item on the moon board, which is the social designs. So I didn't design any social media for this. It's just these two design and no apparel design for this as well. So I'm just going to move to the next item here, which is thanks for viewing. So the same size as those. So let's just add thanks for viewing. So let's copy this out here and then delete this. So I'm not going to be numbering this as thanks for viewing, so I'm just going to delete this. So this is just going to be look like the header that we are not going to be numbering. So I'm just going to write thanks for viewing. So you may put an exclamation mark here. So let's change this to 24. It's right. Let's align it to the center. So you can add anything you want to add here, but I love to add thumbnails. So I'm just going to be using another plugin called Material Design Icons. So I like to add a thumbnail to this design. So I'm not just going to be leaving it like this. You can add a pop-up. Yeah, you can add a mock-up. Yeah, you can add mock-ups here if you want. So let me just search for good. Let me search for good. And then I think, yeah, thumbs up. So let's add this. So I'm just going to click on it and it's going to bring it into my project. So let me drag it here. Oh, let's change this to thanks for viewing. So let's bring Shift Z and Ctrl Z, I mean. So let's bring this down a little and then this somewhere here. Okay, I think this is nice. So you can also add your name here. You can add your name, but I'm just going to leave it like this. So this is going to be our presentations. We are going to be using this as a thumbnail, then we are going to be presenting these designs. So let's export them. So you can just click on the thumbnail and scroll down, export. Let's use 2x of the sharpness this has and JPEG. So export. Let's click on this and export this as well. 2x JPEG export. Click on this, then 2x JPEG export. Yeah, let's export the login page. 2x JPEG export. So 2x JPEG export. So now let's export the last item here, which is thanks for viewing. So it's just going to be 2x JPEG export. So I think it's done now. I think we are done now. So let's just go to Behance and let me teach you how to publish your work. So once you have created an account in Behance, so let's click on share your work and let's create project. So once you are on this page, we are going to start by an image. You can add anything you want here. but we are just going to be using image since we have prepared it all using Figma. So I'm going to click image, then let's select. I'm going to start with the project header. So let's select the project header and let's import it. Then let's scroll down and add another image, which is going to be the project info. Then let's add the next image, which is going to be the login page, like the mobile login page. Oh, I should have changed this to that, so you can change it to mobile login page here. Then let's import the mobile app login I mean the mobile app login page, and then thanks for viewing. So now if your designs has like a different color from white, you can just go to styles here, and the content spacing, you can just bring it down, or you can just change your color if you want. So you can just click on save, and this is actually your presentations. You can add GIF and videos to this if you want to add. So I'm just going to click on settings, then let's upload our thumbnail. So I'm just going to click on edit cover, and then let's add a new cover. So I'm going to be selecting the thumbnail, and let's click on open. So once it's open, this right, let's click on crop, and then let's give our project name. So I'm just going to be using login page UI design. So you can add tags to it. You can add something like UI UX, you can add UI design, and products. You can add product designs, you can add Figma and stuff, anything you want to add. So let's put this under graphic design and product design. Let's put it under product design. So you can change the visibility from everyone. So since you are building your portfolio, it should be everyone, or you can make it private if you want. So let's click on publish, and our project is going to publish. Now let's take a look at the project. You see, this is nice. You can just scroll down. Oh, let me close this, and now you can promote your work in your social pages. So you can just copy this link. So I'm just going to close it, and this is your work, which looks really nice. So congratulations on completing the portfolio course. You have learned how to create stunning Behance portfolio that showcase your UI designs in the best possible way. Remember, your portfolio is an ongoing project, and you should continue to update it as you create new designs. I might be making tutorials on some projects you can add to your portfolio. Check them out on my channel if this video is a month old. Keep practicing and experimenting with new ideas, and you will be sure to get noticed in the design community. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in your design career. Peace.